Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic:
what are some girl secrets guys don't know about? Dogs love to smell our crotches when we're menstruating. It's extremely uncomfortable. Some dogs also try to eat our underwear and pads if you use those. My old roommate's dog would always find them in the bathroom bin and drag them out into the living room to tear apart. Before my sister learned about tampons and basic menstrual hygiene, our family's 11-pound dog would carry off anything of hers that had period blood on it and lick it obsessively. She'd then get aggressive if you tried to take the blood-stained panties away from her. And naturally, the dog would attempt to lick our faces afterwards. I love dogs, but damn, are they nasty creatures. The panic when we believe we've either pissed ourselves or have just come on our period. Run to the toilet only to realize it was discharge skull. OMG, yes, worst when I'm in class, work, and I'm in the middle of something important and I'm stressing if I'm bleeding through my underwear or not. Always amazed by the amount of things that just fall out of a vagina. Edit. A letter. Especially entire human beings. That shit cray. Apparently pantaloons. I asked my BF to grab me some if he was heading to the supermarket anyways. He assured me he knew what they were. I am now the proud owner of a pack of incontinence pads for leaky ladies. They are very thick. Edit. Here's a brief overview. Menstrual pads. Most common, used for bleeding during periods. Incontinence pads. Often a bit thicker, used for if you sneeze or laugh a bit too hard and you leak. Most used for slightly older women or moms. Pantaloons. Used to deal with discharge or very light bleeding, not for whole periods. For all the men in here who want to know, pantaloons are like very thin, small pads that only cover the gusset of the undies. We use them to protect our undies from staining and stay dry due to small amounts of spotting or discharge, which can be heavier than most men would think. Now explain what a gusset is. I'm a man, but I've been with my wife for 10 years and I am so close to deciphering the meaning of all of the squiggly hair symbols on my shower wall. I've been with mine for almost the same length. I'm pretty certain they're spells to make sure we remember the small tasks or details. I've been finding myself more active in the laundry department of household chores. It's like cloud shapes. That one looks like a light bulb. Oh yeah, I need to replace that light in the garage. Menstrual cramps feel like the onset of horrible diarrhea. And often comes with diarrhea also woman facepalming. Period poops are the worst. I have chronic constipation but that magically disappears on my period. That's between me and Victoria. Fine. Keep your secrets. If you're referring to the incident with the bad dragon. I was barely involved. We have a favorite bra. We also wash it less than the others. Well seasoned, like my coffee mug. Edit. Jesus Christ, people. Why'll act like I drink from a crusty vessel with decades of caked mold and sputum. I rinse it out when I'm done but I don't wash it with soap. Oh, like a cast iron pan, I get it. Wash it once as gently as possible by hand and still is ruined. Some of us shave our toe hairs. Yes, and the hair on top of foot. Not very much hair but enough that we notice it. And when we get older it's the plucking of that one chin hair that grows overnight. Not to mention that one random hair that grows on your tit you gotta pluck every 3 weeks. Edit. Oh my god, I had no idea this would get so much attention. Never knew so many would relate LMAO. We sometimes get a random pain in the boob, and wonder if we're gonna get a heart attack. It's not just me. Loudly crying, loudly crying, loudly crying, loudly crying, loudly crying. It's always the left boob too loudly crying. Edit. FYI ladies, heart attacks tend to be dull, crushing or heavy pains at the center of your chest, and less frequently sharp in nature. Unless you've had trouble breathing or central chest pains on mild to mod physical exertions. Flight up the stairs, etc. It's likely not your actual heart. It could be a lung if you've had related symptoms constantly. Point is, you're likely just fine. I like to think that left boobies just have one mood swings one. Edit 2. From you, spec_28. Addendum to THRFYI edit. Heart attacks, especially in women, do not always include chest pain, upper abdominal pain, back pain, pain or discomfort in any arm, and chin, jaw or no pain at all can be present. Other possible symptoms include inexplicable fear, like a panic attack, sense of impending doom, sudden fear of dying, shortness of breath, a sensation similar to heartburn, pale and clammy skin, arrhythmic heartbeat, a feeling of being in a tight space or any combination thereof. Onset is typically, but not always, sudden and not related to any specific movements. In doubt, check in with a healthcare professional. If you have panic attacks, make sure you know their typical symptoms and talk it through with a professional. 2. If symptoms are obvious, like pale skin, racing heartbeat, shortness of breath and abdominal pain suddenly occurring, call an ambulance. Premenstrual intestinal activity. Try being on your period with IBS. What a clean out. OMG, I'm so sorry. I hope you have a really nice bathroom with good internet service. Side note. Bidet sprayers are really great for this purpose. I was in Discord chat with a bunch of guy friends, and we were gaming. They were talking about giant shits they've taken. And I talked about how period shits work and why progesterone is the devil when it hits your colon. I said it's even weirder when it mixes with the blood and looks like someone dumped peanut butter and jelly. There was silence and the one quiet dudes in the Discord just said, "What the fuck? DM_me_kittens." They weren't ready to the truth lol. Edit. While a wild and I love it. Tears of joy. I'm trans non-binary and one of the reasons I love these guys is because they don't treat me like a woman. They'll call me AC and teabag me in game just like they do to each other. They're real. And have never hit on me or made me feel uncomfortable or less than just because I was born with a vagina. I've known them for years. And I think they occasionally forget that I have one. So when I pointed it out, it kind of shocked them. A few are super cool about talking about period stuff because they were raised by sisters or just aren't squeamish. I started dating one of them a bit over a year back. And he takes learning about these things like Jane Goodall took to learning about the great apes. It's so intriguing to him and he just locks the information in the database in his head. Achievement unlocked. Occupy a portion of their brain, forever.